Welcome back in with another edition of the Coach Rico Jackson Show, filmed right here live at Kia of Anniston, Oxford. We want to thank them again for everything they do for high school athletics across the state of Alabama, and always have been a good partner for Average Joe Sports Talk and several high schools in the community. Coach, been a little bit since we got to talk to you. Last week we didn't get to do a show. You guys didn't have a game, so that was a weird week for you, weird week for us, under some circumstances. But ultimately, you got a victory, a forfeit victory out of the deal. But just take us back to last week, because I've been asked 100,000 times what happened, and just for everyone watching to explain how all that transpired.
Well, just short story. They felt we had an incident in the community on Tuesday. They felt like our security wasn't up to par, I guess, or they felt like they had security concerns. And when I say they, I mean the Calhoun County Superintendent. We felt like we provided enough adequate security. We had 13 to 15 officers. We had potentially the sheriff's department coming. We had a police tower, so we feel like we were ready to go, and they felt otherwise, so they conceded the game to us, which is, I've never had that happen. But it was disappointing. It was our homecoming. We lost about 20 to 25 grand.
That hurts.
That kills the program financially. Our seniors did not have a chance to have their homecoming. We did do like a small homecoming without the game, but that was wore down obviously without the game. So it was disappointing. So we've had two disappointing weeks back to back, even with the Jacksonville and now White Plains, even though we got the win. So now we're hoping to have a great week this week.
Now this week you're playing a perennial blue blood that has represented 3A North. I don't know, for the last 5 years, maybe in the state championship game somewhere. I don't know exactly, but in that ballpark, to tell you what kind of opponent you got here. They're not out of the gate like they have been, but you already know they got guys over there. Talk about the Piedmont Bulldogs, what you've seen from them on film, and heading into this game. And look, for what it's worth, not the same region, not the same classification, but county-wise, it's a lot riding on this game.
Yeah, it's a huge game for us. I mean, we get a chance to get back on the field. We're actually getting healthy. We're getting some boys back. A little bit about Piedmont, their record, I think they're 1-3, but that's deceptive because they played four really good teams, 5 including us, because we feel like we have a good team as well. So I think they got one of the toughest schedules in the state. I mean, really good football team, big quarterback, left-hander, good arm. They have a big-time receiver, he's about 6'3". They got a lot of skilled kids that can run and catch. They kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. They're much faster than I thought. A big D lineman, I'm 32. He's really good. He's about 6'3", about 260. So they have a lot of pieces. I think they're just trying to wade through the storm just like us. So I expect it to be a good game. We're going to have to come play. We're going to have to come play our best game.
Coach, that receiver you was talking about, Ishmael Beth was his name. When you face a guy like that, he can, you got to know where he's at all times. He can change the game in a heartbeat. How awesome is that? You got some guys that want that matchup. A lot of teams shy away from that. You got guys that beg for those kind of matchups.
It's really good. I think we're coming kind of into a different approach than we did with Jacksonville. Jacksonville has a really good receiver as well. I think now we have to do what we do, and we have to do what we do at a high level. And we're going to dictate, we're going to try to dictate the game. I think that the last couple weeks we haven't done that. We got back to that yesterday, had a really good practice yesterday, so we're kind of approaching it in a different way. I feel like in a good way.
I was at that game last year. It was one of the strangest football games I think I've ever seen. It's total domination by Anniston.
Right.
And then it was total domination by Piedmont, and Anniston ultimately got the victory. How important is it for you guys to finish? Because last year, that was the big thing with the guys is finishing sometimes, and that was another example of it. The game, on paper, you look at it, you think it's over at halftime, but then they're having to hang on at the end. How important is it to run a complete game and finish?
And real important. So we played 4 games, 5 on paper. I feel like we haven't played a complete game yet. We did at Montfort, but it wasn't a complete clean game. So I'm looking forward to us playing a complete clean game. Whoever I felt like we played a really good second half. Andalusia, I feel like we played a really good first half. Montfort was not clean. Jacksonville first half was solid, but was not clean. We couldn't get out of half. So then we were off last week because of the debacle. So now I'm just looking for us to put everything together. I have a lot of buddies that are in the coaching world, and they watch us on tape. They say, man, we're close. But, we kind of tired of being close. It's time for us to start to put it together and start pushing toward the playoffs.
Coach, when you have an off week, sometimes it deflates everybody. What were some of the things you did? Because you didn't get the news till late last week.
Yeah, so really it wasn't all week. I mean, I didn't get the news till 12:30 on Friday that when they decided they weren't coming. So, I mean, we
how do you keep morale up when that happens?
I mean,
that's a different kind of animal you're attacking. Like
yeah, it was weird, but we practiced all week, so it was just like we were going to another game. That's different if they would have canceled on Monday, and now you got to try to keep the kids engaged all week without a game. Until 12:30, we thought we were playing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of so that really didn't have a bearing. I know yesterday they came out with a lot of energy, ready to get back on the field. So I don't think they really had a lot of bearing on us.
When did you start putting in for Piedmont? This weekend, or did you start? I mean, when you guys got together.
No, we watched film on Saturday. We don't meet on Saturday. We did it individually, and then Sunday we game plan, and then we treat it like a regular week on Monday. We had a really good day. We extended practice though because we're playing on Thursday, so we extended practice on Monday. We'll extend it a little bit today. Tomorrow we'll clean everything up, and then Thursday we'll go play.
Coach, this is halfway point in the season. Most people's got, like you said, 5 games in. It's hard to believe. First of all, this has been the weirdest season. I don't think I've ever remembered a season fly like this one had. Right. It's incredible what's already transpired and how fast. But at this point, you've had your hands on these guys half of a regular season. What's your assessment of the guys?
I like our team. We got a really good team. They have to understand they're not last year's team. Last year's team was a once in 20 years as far as athleticism and ability. But we do have some really good players. I feel like we played a really tough schedule so far. I feel like we have a chance to make a playoff push. I feel like those 2 games that we lost, I would love to have those games back, and that's why I'm scared you can't get them back once they're gone. So you have to operate in that moment. We're 3-2. We've lost to 2 ranked teams, the number 1 team in 4A, and I think number 6 or 5 team in 4A. Now it's time to put all that behind us and let's push forward. And this is a good week to start.
Yeah, the beautiful part about this one is you guys are going to be playing in front of a good crowd again.
Correct.
That's going to be good because you guys need that, man.
Yes.
They need that. Get out there and get that first lick in because with what happened last week, they had to leave a sour taste in their mouth. But they get out there and get popped. That's going to be.
It's a sour taste in our mouth, really, from Jacksonville, because we didn't play last week and he did out so weird. We're still pissed off. I'm still pissed off. I mean,
y'all ready to hit somebody on a different color jersey too? I'm sure.
I agree. I was very disappointed in the Jacksonville game. Second half, I felt like we quit, and that's not an indication of our team or me. And I'm assured that won't happen.
Yeah,
I'm sure that won't happen. We've had. We had a really good week of practice by playing despite homecoming, which is a whole nother, not distraction, but a whole nother event. So now we're getting ready for Piedmont, a very good team.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a fantastic game Friday. No doubt about it. Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us, and I want to thank again Kia of Anniston Oxford for the opportunity they have to do these platforms and do these coaching shows. They've been tremendous to us. They've been tremendous to these schools in and around the area. And we'll be back here next week, God willing, for another edition of the Coach Rico Jackson Show. Thank you, guys.